We're back, bitches! It's our first new season of Dishin' Days in 2017. Hold on tight because it's time to recap a whole lot of shenanigans.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Channeling James Lott Jr. Channeling James Lott Jr.
Hello, all of you Dishin' Days fans. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's Dishin' Days, where we recap your favorite soap opera days of our lives. I am your host, Tony Moore, and we are finally back after a little vacay. Hope you guys enjoyed your holidays.
R&R.
Little R&R, little relaxation.
R&R and R&R. There's so much R&R going on.
What is this? What is going on over
Had
there?
too many Diet Cokes.
Now you got the shakes.
I got my shakes.
I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by a gaggle of gals. Starting to my far left.
I'm thinking that's you, Alexis, because you are further left.
I am further
You are actually the furthest left, because you are right over here. You're right there.
But I think Mark should go first.
Okay. Hello, Mark J Freeman here. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Lorraine
Where
Love.
can I find you?
Lorraine Love. They know.
They know.
It's down there. It's right down there. Right down there.
And of course, we have the. Hold on, where's my script? We have the very talented, handsome,
There we go.
dapper
Oh, dapper.
host extraordinaire.
That was added for 2017.
You were so, I was
Yeah.
just about to say, you're so complimentary in 2017. I'll take it. I am Matthew Evan Paine. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
And of course, joining us in the booth, we have the very lovely and beautiful Miss Alexis.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Alexis.
Hi,
Happy New
Alexis.
Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy
Happy
Kwanzaa.
birthday, Tony.
Why,
And
thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Celebrated my birthday.
60th.
My word.
60th.
She's older than days.
Tried it.
She completely tried it. You know what else they tried? I
She
came in
was-
here thinking like, okay, it is my birthday. I see no decorations, no pizza rolls. There's nothing
I
underneath
actually
here.
was gonna stop and get pizza rolls, and literally, I have no wallet. Like I got halfway here, I was like, oh, I didn't
Girl,
switch my
you're not
wallet.
supposed to be driving over here with no wallet.
Girl.
Whatever.
Girl.
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 I missed
The
that.
gifts and the decorations are here in spirit.
I'll just
So
come
is
in and throw
Stefano
some
Demira.
confetti for you.
And so is
Confetti
Stefano
and glitter.
Demira.
Why, thank you, thank you. And of course, if you guys are watching us live, thank you so much. If you're watching us later, thank you very much. And of course, make sure you like us, follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On Facebook and
iTunes.
Instagram, make sure you go on iTunes and review this show. Give us 5 stars. Let us know what you like, and whatever you don't like, just keep it to yourself. On Facebook and Instagram, you can find us at Dishin' Days, and on Twitter @_Dishin' Days. The @ is implied. So before we get started with this recap, let's address
The
the
elephant
rumor,
in the room.
the elephant in the room.
There she is.
The rumor.
At least he didn't point at me.
is the rumor mill is swirling. Swirling. Okay, so apparently, allegedly, this will be the last year of days, and there will be no days in 2018.
So much for job security.
Right. Well, it's only alleged.
All right.
This is this is what they're saying.
Right.
This is what they're saying. So Fox's Megyn Kelly has been brought on board to NBC. And they are looking to possibly either add her to like the last hour of the Today Show, or they are looking to give her her own daytime talk show. In order to do that, they're going to have to cut some things. And what they're allegedly saying is that days will be cut. Now, we have received tweets, messages asking us what we know about the situation. We know nothing.
Zero.
Zip. But I wanted to find out what you guys thought about this in the article and everything like that.
Well, regardless of what happens to days, AfterBuzz is still kicking.
This is true, but we won't have anything to review. You know, we can review old episodes. We'll start episode 1 and work our way up.
And spotlight on with the
Spotlight
cast.
on,
Yeah.
I was
Well-
gonna say we can still get the guests and actors and actors.
Yeah,
on the show,
absolutely.
just
Like,
not,
Can we get the guests?
Where are they now? Well, that's our new show. Where are they now?
Where are they now?
There you go.
Done. You're
Done.
welcome. Here's the thing is, you would every for one of those articles that I was getting tagged in and was reading about this situation, I still didn't understand why Days was even being mentioned, because I felt like, well, none of this has, other than unless it's financial, because they have to
Right.
pay her now,
Right.
which in my opinion just stop paying people a ridiculous amount of money. I didn't get it. I was like, it didn't even sound like the time slots that they were saying had anything to do with Days. So
Right.
I'm guessing that that's what it is. It's a financial thing. It's not the time slot.
And
The article that I read said that Days of Our Lives was going. The first article that I read said that Days of Our Lives was moving from the 1:00 p.m. time slot in New York City, that time zone, to the noon slot. So it would go from 12 to 1, and
1 to 12.
no,
12
Days
to
would be
1.
now it would be
No,
from
it-
12 noon to 1 p.m.
Oh, you're saying from 12 to 1.
Yeah.
I
will
thought you
be
meant-
Days' new time slot.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
So
Got it. I get
Right.
it.
Okay.
So when I read that was the first thing that I had seen. I actually was messaging with Brian, and I was like, to me that's not a
Patillo?
good. No, my best friend Brian Dunn. I just said
Oh,
I have
he's
like a
fan of the week.
Fan of the week. To me, that's not a good sign. After all those years of being one, I mean, when I was a little boy, I remember it as 1:00
Yeah.
back in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and I didn't really quite read that article. I should probably go back and read it. Should have read it before I got here. But I think it's because it's doing so well in that market that they decided to move the time earlier. Now, that's all I kind of read, and then,
Okay.
and then I got sidetracked with the whole canceling thing. I did hear that, because I think People.com first talked about it, and then they took down the article. So as far as I know, Days isn't going anywhere, and
Right.
the cancellation rumors are not true.
I just saw this in the chat room. Meredith Cox said on Deidre Hall's Facebook page, she said, quote, "It's a silly rumor."
Yeah.
So
And
this-
I feel
but
like
this
Lauren
happens every year.
Coslow might have posted something too. I think it was Lauren, so if I'm wrong on who it was, my apologies. But I think it was Lauren Coslow who was like, "We're back and we're ready to go," and
Yeah.
and ignore the hearsay.
Yeah.
All a paraphrase, but essentially that.
I think what always shakes us up is that Days is still on that year-to-year renewal thing,
Yeah.
and so it just kind of all of a sudden made sense. But as far as I know, rumors are not true.
Rumors.
I
are not
will say
true.
this: I do know the cancellation date, so I don't know if that means anything. I'm kidding. Clearly.
It just makes me sad.
Alexis, Wi-Fi, EXT, or 5G? Which one should I be using? Because I'm not connected.
5G.
Oh, okay. Ray C is saying that was Greg Meng. That's right.
Yes.
That was Greg Meng.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Ray.
So yeah. So listen, Days fans. Here's what I suggest. If you want to keep this show going, make sure you tweet, email, write letters. You know,
NBC Days, probably.
Yeah.
The Twitter, NBC
Yeah,
Days.
because like so many shows, you know, who get canceled and then come back, it's because of the fans.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't want this show to
Go anywhere,
to go anywhere,
right.
To peace out.
yeah, let the folks at Days know.
And additionally, tweet NBC.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. NBC
Yeah.
Days.
Well,
NBC
NBC Days
and
is one
NBC Days.
one Twitter handle, and then NBC the actual network.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. And also, I mean, we've said this before, and we don't do this on this show, and I'm gonna say it now because it seems appropriate. Stop giving away storylines.
Yeah.
Stop giving away spoilers. Like, wait until it's in a preview, until Soap Opera Digest comes up with it. Like, giving away stuff months in advance, no bueno, because then people are not excited anymore.
And they
People
won't
are not
watch, and the
tuning
ratings
in.
go down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then when we're seeing stuff and people are like, meh, you know, it's kind of like, well, because you already knew. So, you know, that's just a little tidbit there, you know.
I agree with that.
Tidbit.
Yeah.
Tiddly
yeah.
biddly.
So, so on to more pressing matters. My birthday. No, I'm just kidding. But really quick, how was your break? Did you guys enjoy the holidays? Was everything good? Was Santa good to you, or whoever brings you gifts?
What did Billy get you, Mark?
He promised me not to share, so I'm not going to share.
That shirtless scene this week with the little patch of hair that he has right here in the middle? Mm-hmm. Shade.
It's actually all over. You just saw the patch. Anyway.
Poor Billy.
Holidays were
Poor
fantastic. I
Billy.
really didn't do
Good.
very much of anything, just mostly relaxing. I went and visited my aunt in Palm Springs, and that was about it.
Oh, nice.
I just relaxed and watched days and didn't take notes.
And didn't take notes.
Yeah. I did tweet out a couple quotes that I liked.
Yeah.
Not necessarily quotes of the week, but things that I thought were because I figured people would want to see.
I feel like I say this all the time, but sometimes I'm watching the show and I hear something funny and I laugh. There was something on Tuesday and I was going to tweet. I already know what Mark's quote of the week is.
I get a lot of those. Again, too, a lot of people will tweet me, oh, I think this should be quote of the week. I actually
Don't like it.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. I don't read it because as soon as I see that you're going to, because a lot of times I'm not caught up. So when I read your tweets, it may be giving something away. So I immediately stop as soon as I see that it's.
Hey, it should be this.
Yeah. I stop because I don't want to know and I want to.
I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care that you do it, but just so you know, it's kind of a waste because I don't really go back to look at what you said. Sorry, that's mean.
No, your Twitter feed is a buzz.
Well, you know.
No.
I'm not
Matthew,
getting connected, so.
What'd you do?
I went to Boston at the beginning of December, but I think I did another show with you guys before we broke.
Yeah.
Is that right?
We did
Before
our
Christmas?
last show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was here for the holidays. Nothing too special. I was with friends, so that was special, but
Yeah.
nothing extravagant.
Yeah, same here. I was here for the
We
holidays.
didn't ask you what you did, by the way.
But I asked myself.
Tony, what did you do for the holidays?
Thank you, Matthew Evan Paine. So I spent, I actually spent part of Christmas Eve with Jen Lilly for like literally an hour. I went and said hello and like watched her prepare dinner, and then I was like, I gotta go, and then I had dinner with friends, and then played games late night with friends. Christmas, it was just me. Okay, so a little tidbit. I totally woke up Christmas morning thinking, hoping that Santa like came and put extra gifts under the tree. Was a little disappointed. So Christmas was very low key, and then my birthday was great. I did that, so it was great.
I left
It was
cookies
And look
on
at all
your
these
door.
decorations.
so
Yeah.
many in spirit.
I'm here in spirit.
All right, so
I'm not connected, so until I connect, I'm not.
Oh, I think you're very connected.
I am.
Is he?
Wow,
I'll
you
just
two
look
are
at the
just
Google
going
Doc.
back and
I'll
forth.
just look at the.
I started some buzz about the whole spoiler thing in the chat room. I saw some people who said spoilers have been going on for 20 years, but I think it's different. I think
Yeah,
now
it's not what you mean, really.
Like I think back then to like really dig up and find out like what was happening like months in advance, I think was very hard to do.
Yeah.
And Days of Our Lives wasn't always 6 months ahead. There's a
Right.
lot of stuff that goes on in 6 months on that show.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember when I took the NBC tour, I remember they said that fans would take the tour and like if they saw like a costume or something, you know, they would like notice things and then kind of put it out. But like it's so much easier to get things out now. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So to clarify, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, now since we've rambled on, I'm pretty sure people want to know what happened this week. So it's now time to start Dishing Days.
Alrighty.
Look at that.
I was waiting for the dun dun, but then it didn't come, and so I just look weird doing that.
You look weird anyway.
Row! All right, so let's start off.
Go
Mark.
ahead, Mark. I just, as you made the noise, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh. Just
go ahead,
go.
Mark.
Well, I think the most appropriate way to start 2017 is to talk about Billy Flynn. So since we've been gone,
He's made zero resolutions.
Abigail, what?
You've made zero
No,
resolutions for 2017.
Since we were here last, Abigail has now graced the Horton Town Square, and she's alive, and people are knowing and talking. Some of it's off camera, like Sierra saw her and was like, "Oh yeah, my mom told me, girl."
Yeah.
I actually really thought one line was really clever was when she's in the bedroom with Billy or with Chad, and Chad says, "Yeah, you're not the only one who's come back from the dead. My dad."
Right. Right.
I was like, "Oh, that's kind of clever." So that whole thing kind of blossomed. What do we think? Are we taking sides
Okay.
between him and Abby, or him and Gabby?
Well, this is how I feel. And
Or I think we should still throw Sierra in.
Or Mark and Chad.
Well, that's just, implied.
Here's how I feel. I feel that Chad needs to somehow understand where Abigail is coming from.
Yes.
Because it turns out that, as she said, she was misdiagnosed. So
Right.
if she stayed in that hospital, she wasn't going to get better. And she did what she had to do in order to be well. I think the wrong choice was to fake a death, because I don't think
Right.
she thought the plan out all the way. But I think there should be some understanding from Chad. Although I get his reaction. Like, I get that, like, he has gone through this loss, and of course people keep reminding us on how he felt. Sierra, who, said he was a mess, he couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep, dealing with your loss and everything like that. But I think that at some point, there needs to be maybe some coming together. But I don't know how you guys feel, but when I see Chad and Gabby, I'm just like, I think I prefer them.
Yeah.
And not Chad and Abigail.
I
And
feel like Chad and Abigail missed the boat with each other. Like, I think that the timing is just all wrong, but I love them as a couple.
Yeah.
But then you've got this crazy, wild connection between Chad and Gabby, which I know you said before Chad could, or Billy could have chemistry with anyone, which I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree, but there's something, they heat up the screen.
Yeah.
But Chad's completely ununderstanding when it comes to Abigail and why she did what she did. I feel like all Abigail really needs to say is, "I'm sick." Like, I'm sick, and
I think she said that.
But there was so much
Yeah.
that was said in between before she got to that point.
Well, I think that I have a feeling we are going to see Chad and Gabby get back together. I feel like that just makes the most sense, because you don't want to put them back, Chad and Abby, back together right away, because then there's no story.
Question, sidebar. Do you also think we feel like this because it's Marcy and not Kate?
No. I love Marcy.
I love
Do
her.
not
I
get
do
me
too.
wrong at all. I love her. I think she's knocking it out of the ballpark.
Yeah,
She was a great choice for Abigail.
Absolutely a great choice. I just think that I don't think that you can just put them back together like easy peasy.
Like
Not
nothing
that they're
happened.
doing it
No.
easy peasy. And I did see a lot of people tweeting while we were away about how Chad has talking to Abby and how he's being mean to her and da, da, da. But you have to understand that it's, you know what I mean? Like, he, in his head, had kind of moved on, had buried
Yeah.
the ring, had, you know what I mean? And then you walk back in the house and then just want to pick back up.
Right.
So I understand there has to be dimensions to...
But going back, what I mean by Kate and Marcy, not acting wise, because they're both fantastic.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
But it's like that we're so used to seeing
Their
the
chemistry.
But I don't think it would matter if it was Kate. I don't think it would matter.
I kind of I mean, I hate to keep like
Both
harping
sides.
on, but I see it like this. Kate was like the before Ben Abigail, and Marcy's now like the post. I've been through all this,
All of it.
Yeah,
Totally.
and I think that the chemistry even just between the two actors are great, but it's different. You know what I mean? So then
Because Marcy doesn't have the built-in chemistry that Kate did with Billy.
Right.
I get that.
So I'm wondering if for me personally, I'm seeing this shift because of that. You know what I mean?
I understand that. For whatever reason, like I think that Marcy's doing a fantastic job with her chemistry with Billy, with Missy, and with Casey.
Everybody.
Yeah, I think this whole like she's still in love with Chad,
Right?
But Chad is still questioning it, and then when you see them together, you sense that Abigail is all in, but Chad is not all in.
He's not all in.
So in that case, I think like it works, and I think that's why I'm kind of like maybe Gabby and Chad are better, because you see them and it's like it's new, it's fresh, it's this different chemistry. Abigail wasn't there, but now she's back, and I don't know.
I love how they are still showing a lot of like Abigail's symptoms.
Yeah.
When she was pretty much encouraging Chad to make love to her.
Yeah.
And so they're doing the kissing or whatever, and then they have that one last kiss, which I thought was the best part of the scene. He like tried one more time.
Because it shows that resistance.
Yeah.
Is that how Billy does it?
He just ravishes you.
Anyway, I love how he pretty much sent Abigail out of the room, and she pulls the door behind her, and you see that glimmer of crazy where she like pulls her robe over, and you can tell that
She still. He still loves me. Yeah.
Okay, Abigail.
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't want to see, like with the chemistry with Chad and Gabby, I'm loving it. I'm over Gabby and JJ.
Oh, completely over it. Completely. Well,
I'm not over it. I'm not over it. I'm not over it.
Here's the thing.
I'm okay
Them as
with
a
it.
couple?
Yeah, I'm still okay with that.
But you know who is over it? Gabby.
100%. She's so moved on.
Because
But not really. Not towards the end of the week, when he got his accommodation and is already a detective. Don't get me started.
Don't
get me started.
But is that because
They don't want him to wear a suit.
no
The uniform
is that
They
because
had to return it.
to props.
Megan Kelly's coming. We got to get rid of
Yeah,
the rentals.
let's promote
We gotta get rid
JJ
of
to detective and hand us back the costume.
is it because that Gabby feels like she doesn't want to get in the way of Chad and Abigail, so then she kind of has that moment of like, oh, maybe JJ isn't such a bad guy after all. And then, but JJ's not having anything with her because he's just like, I don't have time for you right now. I'm busy. I'm an officer of the law in Salem PD.
Go ahead. You say first.
I don't know. I don't know where I stand. I think that I had a thought when Chad was, I'm sorry, I had a thought when JJ was telling Gabby how much he loved her and like, please don't do this and don't leave me and I love you so much. And I thought to myself, Paige, I don't think you should be moved on from Paige yet. That moved on where like she's dead and buried and you're already in love with someone else.
That's been a while.
I don't know, a year and a half? I don't even think it's been quite a year and a half.
I think he can be moved on.
But that moved on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's been a lot longer in that world.
I mean,
not to us. If it were our time,
Right.
real time,
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
I'd be upset.
But I don't think
Right.
it is in their world real time anymore. You know what I mean? Like they're beyond.
I mean, do you want him to
'Cause
be,
they even
be
said-
strong like Nicole is over Daniel?
They even said something
Just ignored it.
that. What did he say? Oh, yeah. So yeah, I automatically tune it out. No, somebody said something the other day, like something was a couple months ago, and I don't remember who it was, and I was like, oh, they're jumping that, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, that's how you're jumping. Like when they change clothes, it's a month later.
Right.
It's not the next day. It's a month later. I thought it was odd that JJ at the end of the week when she sees him and she congratulates him and stuff, I thought he seemed very unnecessarily angry. and aggressive towards her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like, that, because that seemed like a complete 180 to me.
Mm-hmm.
That you were just, well, I guess now, maybe it was a month ago, that you were just saying, you know, I want you back, give me a second chance. And then all of a sudden he was like, I don't know.
Meh.
Yeah. That's a technical term, by the way.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I mean, I see that they're kind of building this triangle, and Abigail, whether she wants to admit it or not, I feel like she's very insecure about Chad and Gabby's relationship. Even though Chad was like, we can't do this, like, you know, and told Abby I'm here for my family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's still very
That's
insecure.
right. And Paige and Gabby are sisters, half-sisters.
Paige and Gabby.
Oh, that's right, because of Eduardo.
Eduardo.
Yeah, they had the same daddy, different mamas.
Thank you, Eric Harris.
I would like to see Abigail go after Gabby like in an old soap opera style fashion, like you took my man and I'm gonna ruin your life.
I feel like it could be happening.
You know what I thought you were going to say, which I kind of would like to see happen? I thought you were going to say I wanted to see her go after Dario. I still have a feeling Abby and Dario are going to be
a thing.
paired up, just because of that encounter that happened earlier.
I enjoy watching him so much.
I do. I'm really enjoying him more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All
well,
right.
There's that storyline.
That's that.
All right.
That's that.
So next.
Next we have Nicole, Brady, Damos, Nancy, Holly, and Chloe.
Okay, let me say this before we
Totally
actually
add one more name to it.
Right.
Let me just say this before we actually get into the story. I think there's something important that everybody should know, and that is if me and my twin brother, my parents knew that we were the same sex. They didn't know if we were two boys or two girls. So if I was a girl, my name was going to be Holly.
I can see that.
We were going to be Holly and Joy. And it was because we were Christmas babies.
girls.
So I thought that was funny.
But you end up being Mark.
Holly.
Holly, Mark and David.
Holly J. Freeman. You can find her on Instagram and Twitter at Holly J. Freeman.
You could have made that your drag name.
Holly J. Freeman. No.
Holly Love.
Holly Love. Just at Christmas time.
Holly.
She'll be like what is Mariah Carey's
Mimi.
arch nemesis?
Mimi.
Is
Yeah.
Mimi the
arch nemesis?
No, I thought she had a different name. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Holly can be my Lorraine's.
The one with the
dark hair.
Yeah.
The video. But I don't think her name. Because on her.
no, it's not Mimi.
Because on her new show they showed her and they put a name and I don't remember.
Bianca?
Bingo.
Is that what it is?
Bianca. Yeah.
Mariah's. Yeah, Bianca.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Okay.
I watched Mariah's
Sorry,
World.
I just wanted to say that because I thought it was funny when she said the name. I was like, oh, that was good. Anyway.
I actually
so now,
think it's a really cute name.
yeah.
Like when they mentioned
Holly Love?
Holly. We don't even know Holly's last name yet.
I keep wondering what they're gonna use as the last. Oh, don't even get me started.
Before we even get into it, the most awkward moment was with the Q-tip. Am I wrong?
Okay.
The Q-tip. What's happening
You
right now?
Okay, so
have to
you
go
need to
back
tune
and
in.
watch Alexis. It's insanity.
The Q-tip is this week. Brady decided to take matters into his own hands,
Okay.
and he went to
Tony.
He went to the hotel
Okay.
where Nancy and the baby were. He convinced Nancy to let him watch the baby for
So
a
she
little
could
bit.
shower
She
or
went and
whatever.
showered.
Right.
He took the Q-tip, got a little swab for the DNA,
What?
and in order to prove whether it was Nicole's baby
Right.
or not,
Right.
put the swab in a bag, put it in his pocket. Nancy, who should be nicknamed Nancy Drew this week, was all like, why is Brady acting so weird? She looks through his jacket, which is conveniently left in the room as
course.
he goes to get a hairdryer per her request.
Oh my God.
She finds the Q-tip, takes it out, put it in between her bosom,
What?
goes into the bathroom, brings out another Q-tip, and puts that one in the bag.
Like a dry Q-tip?
I
Like
guess.
a random Q-tip?
Just a random Q-tip.
And that was it? That
That
was the end
was
of the
it.
scene?
If the episode had a name, it should have been called Random Q-tip. It was so
my God.
weird.
It was
Like-
really bizarre. Yeah, just watching.
Like, why didn't she just pitch it in the trash? Like, he would have no idea because she just got out of the shower. So maybe she Q-tipped. Like, I don't know why she just
Yeah.
didn't throw it away.
Well, because
I guess she
then
just wanted to keep it?
Well,
The
no,
drama?
because Brady would have known that she took the Q-tip. You know what I mean? So she kept it in there just to, whatever. I don't know. And she could have swabbed her mouth. But
Yeah.
while I was watching
See, that's what I thought she was going to do. I
Yeah.
thought she was going to swab her mouth, so when they did it, it would be Chloe's family DNA. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? That's what I thought.
But here's the thing.
Wait,
that
you thought Nancy was going to do that?
Yes.
Yes, me too. That's exactly what I thought.
I didn't think that because I was too aggravated about this.
Uh-oh.
You get the DNA, you swab. When you leave the room, you take everything with you. You get your jacket, you get your purse, you get whatever it is you buy, and you go, okay, I'll be right back. So that way you got a hold on the stuff.
And I love Patrika, by the way.
Yes.
But the writing was weird in that particular scene because it was like, my oh my, why was Brady
Yeah.
so jumpy? Let me check his pocket for. It was
that's
just
true.
so
It was
bizarre.
That is kinda strange.
It
It
was
was so
so 80s
forced.
daytime.
It was so forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause in
Like,
my-
why couldn't and this is, why couldn't, like, she sat down on the bed and the jacket falls and then the baggie's sticking out. And you go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to put this back in, and then you pull it out and you're like, a Q-tip.
Because also maybe she wouldn't have realized that it was a Q-tip, but when she saw the baggie, it could have been like, oh my God, is he
He's
on
doing
drugs
drugs
again?
again. Thank
It's
you.
like,
Yep.
a Q-tip, why? And then maybe because we know Nancy is smart, she can go, he swapped the baby.
Yeah.
I can't let this happen. Like just another way so that it didn't seem like
I don't know. And my thing, too, sometimes I wonder when they do that, are they trying to be funny? You know what I mean? Like, I sometimes I go, maybe
No.
it
I
just
don't think
it
so.
fell flat
No.
or something. I don't know, because it just didn't work for me.
I think-
yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I thought the same thing about Patrika. I was like, oh, girl.
I think it's just not drawn out.
It didn't work. That
No.
whole scene, I feel like, could have been reworked.
Well, I was just upset because I was like, oh my god, like seriously, like she's gonna find the Q-tip,
Right.
like really?
I told Brian, I said, again, it's one of those things where it's like the storyline needs to move forward, and it's just another hurdle that they're throwing in there to extend
Yeah.
the storyline. Like, I think it's time that Nicole finds out that it's her baby. Like, enough
Yeah.
already. It's
And-
not interesting anymore.
And poor Chloe.
I'm so I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, really? Can we have one other coincidental?
Mishap.
Yeah, like it's just like, come on, like I get it, you guys. Like,
But for a second,
Nicole needs the peace of mind, I think, at this point.
she does because she's like, even she was like, I don't know why I'm so attached to this baby.
Yeah.
Like she gets it, but she doesn't get it.
And I don't know why. Why is Deimos so invested? See, it's like it's gone on so long. I forget why why Deimos cares so much about keeping the secret.
I think he's keeping it because Brady. I think it's kind of because of the same thing for Brady is they don't want her to know and have her heart broken again
If it's not true.
if it's not really his. So
they're-
I think
they're still
Deimos
speculating.
and Eric Martin's and Brady are one like their rationale behind it is the same.
Yeah.
Eric's another one. Every time I see him on screen, like I just smile. Like he's so nice.
But in that regard, I think it's even worse that Nancy's not saying something because she does know that it's hers.
And then coincidentally, Deimos walked in when Nancy was
Right.
about to tell Nicole.
It's just like
Yes.
I feel I almost like I will let Brady and Deimos have a pass because they don't know, but Nancy knows.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chloe knows too, and she's just taking a nap. But
But I also don't like the fact that Nancy's like, I'm gonna take the baby to Chicago to be with her grandfather, and I think it's because as a mother she's trying to honor Chloe's decision of not telling Nicole, but not knowing that Chloe almost told Nicole before she clunked out.
yeah,
So at some point, someone just has to decide what's best for the baby
right.
and do what's best for the baby.
It's time for Chloe to wake up too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wake up, 6. Oh, I don't know if she's a 6. A size 6. That was a Devil Wears Prada reference.
Yeah.
Sorry,
She's
Naya.
probably smaller than a 6. She's
Probably- Wake up, 2. All right. So yeah, that was that whole storyline this week that basically happened, and yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
Because that's all they've been doing is.
yeah.
But I have a connection. But I don't know why. but I have a connection.
But
I don't
and
know
even
why.
Nicole was like,
Right.
I have baby envy.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny because out of everyone, the smartest person out of this whole thing is Nicole. Mm-hmm. Like
And
I know.
she has
like
the right
she-
now to be mad at each and every
Every
person.
one of them,
everybody.
yeah.
She has no
Everybody.
ally.
Yeah.
No, they have just left her in the dust. What?
Days J, sorry, this just made me laugh out loud. When Nicole finds out, she better ride on a 7-headed horse and slay everyone.
See, and I'd like to see that Nicole come back too, but I think
Thank
with
you,
the,
Days J.
the
You made my
babies is
day.
going. I think the baby is going to soften Nicole.
Well, I think the baby already has.
Right, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think that when she finds out that the baby's hers, rather than, I think it's going to be more the emotional Nicole pleading, like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you this? Why didn't you that?
Yeah.
Rather than her going for blood too, which is always a fun Ari to watch.
Yeah.
When I see what Wendy Klein has asked Mark to ask me, but since
Oh yes,
I've seen it.
I saw it.
Do you want to ask Mark?
Sure, Wendy. Hey, Tony. Wendy Klein would like to know what's your beef with Billy Flynn.
I think
Wendy
that-
must be new to Dishing
Yes.
Days,
We
which
do
is
not have
okay.
enough time for
Welcome,
that.
Wendy.
Just
kidding.
Welcome, Wendy.
Billy and I don't have a beef. We have a thing where like this is just our thing to just kind of poke at each other to make us. In actuality,
And you're talking about you and Billy,
yes,
personally.
Yes, Billy and I get along great, but we have this thing where we just
Well, Billy pretends to like him.
and I in turn pretend to like Billy. No, I don't even know how this.
It's
also,
not.
It's just
It's
a
all
thing.
for the show.
It's just
all
a
for the
thing.
show.
It's just a thing.
All in good fun.
Deep
Yes.
down, Tony wants him.
Now that's
moving right
that's
along.
where I draw the line.
Sorry, Aaron Brody, he's still engaged to you. Aaron, and who was the other one? He's got a. Oh, you weren't here that week, were you? Were you here? He's got a couple.
Yeah,
Fiancés.
Matt wasn't here. Tony has 2
Oh yeah, no,
fiancés.
I was.
Three, maybe.
I was
Oh, you
here.
were over there.
That's right.
Yeah. I just forget who the other one was.
Yeah.
What's a contrarian?
Who?
Marlon says Tony is a.
Contrary. Was he talking about like contradicting? Like you say one thing and then you change, you flip flop, maybe?
A person who opposes or rejects popular opinion, especially in stock exchange dealing.
Yeah.
Like au contraire.
Going against
Yeah.
current practice.
That's you know what Marlon, you are right because the more love that
I
Mark
give
gives
to
Billy,
Billy,
the more
He
I
wants to
love
shut it down. Yeah. Which is why I hate Maxine.
You do not. You take that back. That is blasphemy.
And I don't know if you got the memo, but she is not allowed to have children. So sorry about that.
Wait, what?
You're never going to be on the show.
You know what?
She can't have a son.
You better start going after Vanessa
Don't
Williams.
make
when
me
you-
pull that card. Don't make me.
Oh my God, what's happening?
This was about to be a full-on new episode of
Yeah.
Things of Our Lives.
Hashtag Valerie's son.
Hashtag.
Right.
Who's a character? I think we're going to find out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
Valerie's
no.
son.
Let me tell you, it's not me.
It's not.
I know
who it is.
Missed that audition.
Didn't you see who it was?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's been out there. That's the only reason I thought
Yeah.
maybe you
Yeah.
saw it, because it's been posted.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I started Dishing Days, I stopped picking up Soap Opera Digest. Because
did you?
I feel like there are so many spoilers in there.
Yeah.
And the
But
only
at least it's for that week, and it's not like
Right.
months in
Lisa
advance.
Mem says Maxine can adopt.
Thank you.
I picked up one issue since starting here, and that was the how their newest plan to save days.
Oh.
Do you remember that one?
Which one?
The most recent.
I don't mean to interrupt, but
Yes.
Ray C in the chat says, remember I offered to marry Matt after he buys me dinner.
Oh, that's
And then
right.
Tony said something about Chick-fil-A.
Perfect.
Ooh, that
So
sounds right.
So what is his name? What is that person's name?
Who?
Right.
Ray C.
Ray
Like
C.
Ray-
So you got Ray. You're engaged to Ray C. And Aaron, but you have somebody else. There's two.
I think it's Marlon.
I think it's Marlon.
Oh, Marlon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marlon and Aaron.
But there's a girl too.
yeah, there was a
Yeah.
girl too.
There's a girl too.
Wait. Is
That
it
will
Janine?
be.
Is it Janine?
I don't know which one, but I know that someone's pointing
If you
out-
are engaged to Tony Moore, will you mention?
Just there's a little hand emoji. Just raise your hand. Throw that hand emoji in there.
Well, and you have somebody on Twitter too.
Well, I think if when I marry Greg, it will be Matthew Evan Vaughn. You can find me at find me on Instagram and Twitter
There it
at
is.
Matthew E.
Me and
Vaughn.
Billy already picked out our gift for you.
Oh my
for you
God.
when we come to the wedding.
Tell me after
Moving
the
right
show.
along.
So Days of Our Lives.
Let's go into our last top story, which is Joey Jade and the baby.
It's an urn of Maxine's.
No, you cry.
Wow.
So Tony,
I will-
what were we talking about?
I will have you know that having a speaking role on Days of Our Lives is on my vision board for 2017, and it's gonna happen, mister. All right, so.
Oh, Jill. Jill is Tony's fiance.
Jill, that's
Jill.
right. Jill Irvin.
All right, so Joey Jade and the baby. So unfortunately, Jade had a miscarriage.
And I will say this, I was surprised, like it caught me. I was like, oh, I never thought of that.
What?
That she was gonna miscarry. Like it surprised me.
Yeah, this whole time I kept thinking like,
It wasn't going to
Joey's
be his
not the-
baby,
yeah.
right?
yeah.
We all just kept thinking about is it his?
What
Is she
she's
lying?
doing,
Blah, blah,
right.
blah.
Yeah.
And it never crossed my mind that she could lose
She
it.
could-
That's right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of touche.
Okay, so
All the trash talk we do sometimes, I'm gonna give him a thumbs up.
I feel kind of bad.
Should I for this? Oh no.
No.
I think I know what you're going to say. Is it about him?
About the baby.
Oh, okay.
That you're glad?
I was like, thank God.
Well,
Because I was like, just.
Ouch, Tony.
I know. But I think the
I know.
whole.
Well, no, people are in here saying I'm glad too.
I think the whole baby situation was just kind of like one of those things that was like, oh my God,
Another baby.
no, like no. And
Tate, Thomas, Holly.
yeah, it's like no, I'm good, and especially with them, like
Yeah.
I'm good. Like they're too young. Like it's like I feel like they're not gonna be together. You know, obviously long. He didn't want to be together with her anymore. So when she miscarried, I was like, oh.
And I think next week is actually Paige Searcy's last week on air as Jade. They've recast
Oh, is
her.
it? Oh, that should be interesting. That switch. And then that made sense too. You know,
Yeah.
get rid of all that. But what I found interesting and what surprised me was Joey thinking that it was karma and God getting back at him
They
because
were
of what he did to
beautiful
Ava.
performers this
I
week.
did, and
Yeah.
I tweeted him, and I was like,
Yeah. That
it
was
was in
great.
tweet form.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
Because
emoji.
normally when you see it in tweet form, it,
It was
looks
the,
like
it
it's
was
like
the
that.
hands
right.
with the little
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was slow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Space bar,
yeah.
clap, space bar, clap. I get it. I am
Dot,
totally
dot, dot,
with you. Yeah.
Clap. Dot, dot, dot. No, I thought he was fantastic. I thought he knocked it out of the ballpark.
She did too.
I thought she did too. I just,
Yeah. And the fact that Steve and Kayla were even like, oh, they were starting to come to terms with, okay, we're gonna have a grandchild.
I loved the moment right before she started getting the pain where Steve and Kayla were dancing and Joey
Yeah.
and Jade, and there was finally peace.
Although I have to say, my favorite part of that scene too was when Jade said, "I want to dance," and Joey was like, "Are you sure you can do that?" And she was like, "Well, I'm not gonna bust out into a whole Beyonce routine." And I was like, "Girl, I would have." That was just my little favorite moment.
When they were dancing to the music and then she got the pain. Did you the dance music cut, and then you couldn't hear it any longer.
Oh, I didn't
Just a little
notice.
something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't notice it. But I have paid attention.
Hashtag soap operas.
Yeah.
Hashtag soap opera life.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that because Joey even mentioned he feels like in order to right his karma, he should do what he did a long time ago, and that was to confess to Ava's murder. Oh, the other thing that got to me was when he was like, Jade was in the same room as Ava. And I thought to
All
myself,
y'all have been in the same room.
everybody's in
Yeah.
that same room.
Me too. I thought the same thing.
That was funny. All right.
So, which also with Paige Searcy leaving the show, everyone had been rumoring that maybe she was going to be Ava's daughter because they kind of look alike.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Paige and Tamra.
Yeah.
And the new girl does not look like
Jade.
Ava. Well, oh yeah. Well, both.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the new girl looks like.
I haven't seen it either.
And she.
I'll be surprised when
Yeah.
she pops up.
Yeah.
Maybe the day she pops up, they'll do a scroll that says, Jade will now be played by.
Well, they used to do a voiceover.
Yeah.
The role of so and so will now be being played by.
Yeah.
Did they used to do that on Days?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember seeing that like when it was like a switch that like happened. It was really close, and
Yeah.
they didn't do a voiceover. They did just a scroll. Yeah.
That was like late 80s status, wasn't it? That was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Well, I'm an old girl.
All right, so that has been your top storylines. Let's get into some tidbits. But before we get into tidbits, let's take a little trip back to memory lane. 2 shows ago, Mark and I were having a discussion about Jade and Joey. And Mark mentioned that he had a prediction that JJ was the father of Jade's baby. And then...
Hey. Oh, Jay's baby. Yeah,
Yeah. And then this happened. Roll the clip.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
He obviously, you know what? He's smart. He's obviously using the online dating to have dates pay for his food. Oh, yeah, I think it's a little further, Alexis. After
This is where
using
it
the
started for me.
pharmaceuticals that he sells.
That was
What did I say?
the only thing that
45?
I found was hysterical was that he had put himself down as like a pharmaceutical.
Oh, this
salesman or
is
something
about Rory.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
Sierra was not
It's
having
45?
it
Yeah.
at all.
No.
She was just
45-22, I think.
like, I thought you were like in a.
You don't. I thought we discussed this,
Oh.
or maybe I talked about it last week by myself.
Maybe. Okay, so I actually have another theory. Mark this date. I have another theory. I don't want to reveal it because then I think it's going to end up being a spoiler.
Okay, here. Well, let's do this. I'm going to give you a piece of paper.
Okay.
You're going to write it down and
Okay.
date it. Here, I'm going to pre-sign it
Okay.
that I'm witness.
Okay.
Witness number 1.
And I'll share it with you.
Queen bee.
Whoa, wait a
Mark.
minute. Whoa.
Wait, don't do it yet.
Whoa. Let's not
Freeman Flynn. And it's
It never ends.
Never.
16.
I mean, you can by
Write it
legal
down,
name.
and then, Alexis, do we have an envelope?
I
And-
think so somewhere. I can
And
ask
we're
Brianna.
going to have him fold it up, and we're going to put it in a sealed envelope.
So you don't want to see it.
And we'll put it in the locker, our Edition
Yeah.
Days locker, and then when it comes up
When
again,
it reveals?
we will go get it out of the locker.
And blow it out.
and-
So I'm not going to share it with you.
no, don't share.
Okay,
it. No,
so,
just write it down.
So here's
you
the
can stop
envelope,
it here, Alexis.
and I just
So-
ripped the end
Oh, yeah,
off.
right in front of me. No, that's fine.
So,
You weren't here.
I made this prediction on that date, and
Should I read it?
Mark is now going to read it.
Let me make sure it's my signature.
Yes.
Witness, the Queen Bee, Mark J Freeman Flynn. All right.
And what does it say?
JJ slept with. What does that say?
Lonnie.
Oh, Lonnie.
Yep. And
Based on the flashback, and yeah, subscript.
yes. So my prediction was correct.
But didn't we talk about that before?
No.
I thought we talked
You
about
said-
that it was possibly Lonnie.
Maybe we did it when he was gone?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe we did
Maybe.
when you were gone.
So
Because I feel like we did have that conversation.
well, you
So
know,
it's not
and-
really that big of a deal.
Well, whatever. It's a big deal to me. Don't ruin my reveal. Okay, so I remember the flashback. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
And we'll be auctioning this.
Keep
It's
it
our
some-
next prize.
somebody
It's our
Oh,
next-
yeah,
may
that
want
can,
it.
that can be part of a giveaway
That's the next. You can get the envelope
from the Queen.
signed by Queen Bee, Mark J Freeman Flynn.
So, oh my gosh, I totally messed up our little thing here. So, I remember when they did the flashback, and I was like, that back looks familiar because someone who is consistently watching how their back looks on TV because that's how you normally see me. I was like, I think I think Lonnie slept with
Oh,
JJ.
yeah, with JJ. And then when she came back, I was like, she's acting real rude to him.
She was so rude.
Real rude. And then I was like, I knew it. And then when everything hit the fan on New Year's Eve, I was like, I was right. I was so right. So yeah, there's that.
The
So now
thing I
JJ
like
and Lonnie.
so much about Casey Moss's performances when they were at the table together, and Lonnie joined the guys for a drink, and then she started being rude to JJ. His subtleties are what make his performances for me, because all he did was one little glance at the table, like, why are you being so rude?
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
nonverbal, just a look, and I'm like, I buy his performance every single time.
I thought Lonnie's being upset seemed a bit much. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I felt like, especially because at one point she was like, no, I should be here, and it's not. But then she ends up just going, okay, now I'm gonna leave and let you guys talk about this. I'm like, well, no, you could just you know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know, it just seemed very weird to me.
I feel like this. You know when someone's had too much to drink.
Yeah.
Right.
So if he blacked out, or even if I also find this weird, you didn't call him that day, you haven't called him since, to just be like,
Even if she was mad.
yeah,
Right.
like, hey, are you okay? Like, or last night was fun, you know, or
Right.
something like that, to
Right.
give him some sort of indication that, like, you guys had drunken sex with each other.
I still think there's more to it, because I think Lonnie's unstable. I think she has been unstable, like when it came to Sean.
There's a difference between being unstable and being horny. I think Lonnie's
And
horny.
she was pretty aggressive with Sean Douglas too.
Yeah.
When that whole thing was going on.
She
like,
was-
she's like,
Just said. That's what I just said.
oh,
Oh. She was like 50 Shades of Grey.
what he said.
She
then.
was in. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
What'd
50
he say?
Shades
Like
of Grey.
we said.
What he said.
Yeah. So,
Did you
but
I did just say it.
I don't know. I kind of like JJ and Lonnie.
I'm not opposed to it. I don't know that I'm like I'm okay with it. It would be interesting.
No one gives JJ the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Ever. They always, like, Gabby's not giving him the benefit of the doubt. Lonnie won't give him the benefit of the doubt. Eve hated him. Everyone hates JJ. But everyone comes around.
Your fiance. Lonnie's going all single white female on JJ.
Right. Right.
And your other fiance says technically Lonnie raped JJ. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But
You can't rape the willing. He just forgot at some point. So yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Well, he
with,
blacked out, right?
Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
blacked out. So we'll see what happens with that. Rafe, Hope, and Stefano. Rafe goes to jail again to see Hope. And
Hope gets stabbed, shanked.
shanked.
I
She
was-
got shanked.
fast forwarding through a lot of that.
Of course you did.
I can't.
I know.
I can't.
Look, hey.
I can't.
But now she's in the hospital, and Rafe has figured out how to extend her time in the hospital to keep her safe. And also with this new information that Shane got about Stefano being in Europe, Rafe,
Prague.
Rafe, Marlena, Paul, and Steve, with the encouragement of his family, Steve, they all go to Prague to follow up on that.
Oh, they're international.
It's a little creepy now, because now that we know that Joe Muscolo has passed, rest in peace, Joe.
But I did see that there are more episodes with him.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well.
Yeah.
Hashtag-
I saw
hashtag
an article
spoilers.
saying, yeah, I know.
All right, so...
Marlena looked so pretty this week.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
As who? Hattie or Marlena?
I really
both.
Hattie
Both,
just
but
don't-
as
That's the only
Marlena.
time I play the Rafe and Hope stuff.
She had like a clip in her hair as Marlena, and it was like
Yeah.
blown out. And I thought, wow, she looks pretty. But I also made mental note that she had something special in her hair, and I think that was to accentuate the fact that Marlena and Hattie are two different people when
Yeah.
they cut to the Hattie scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hattie is...
I love Hattie.
I love me some Hattie.
Yeah.
All right, Sonny and Paul.
Yep, they kissed.
Yep. They
Gay
did.
kissed.
Yes, they did. And they admitted that they have no regrets over the
They
kiss that
kissed.
happened.
Derek was like, "All right, I'm leaving. Just get it
I
over
have
with."
to say that I was actually happy that they did that way. Because it was just kind of like, okay, I'm done with
Yeah.
I'm done with you two. I'm trying to pretend that you don't have feelings for each other. I'm piecing out. I'm trying to be in the third wheel.
But why even bring Derek back?
Right.
Well, because you have
Because
to
they keep delaying. That's what they're
'cause
doing. They're
that's-
just delaying,
that's
delaying,
how it works,
delaying.
Tony.
But it just...
You'd be okay with it if it was Maxine's son.
let me tell you this. If it was one of those things where there were more than 3 gay people in Salem, let's say a 4th, Maxine's son, and like I got with Derek, like I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
And at least we could all still be friends. We can let Sonny and Paul be and then we can do like couples dates.
I would still like to see Derek hang around, though. I really like him. I like
Derek, yeah.
Spencer
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Or maybe Derek and I could have become a couple, and you know, he really wanted to be with Paul. I mean, I guess.
Mark, inform them next time you go to the writers' room about all of these
Yes.
Okay.
storylines.
Changes.
Yes,
Changes are being made.
Yeah, there we go.
I think I'll just say this now. I wrote it on there for the bottom, but I just want to say it now because I.
What?
When Paul comes to the pub to tell Sonny that Stefano was alive, and I mean, first of all, I loved Sonny's reaction, but all I wanted him to go, "Girl."
It was
I'm
almost
like, I was like, so that's a perfect opportunity for him to go.
He said it with
"Girl,
he said
are
it
you
with his
kidding
eyes.
me?
Yeah.
Like, come on, you
Like-
gotta give me something."
like he did go, "Get out."
Get out. Yeah,
Or
it was,
something like that.
it was
Yeah.
a good reaction.
It was a good reaction,
But
but-
I just was like,
It would have been better.
"Girl."
It would have been better if Freddie was just like, "Girl." I don't like.
I'm like, they gotta give us a little.
Just
They
a
gotta
little
give us
bit.
a little more gay. I want
A
a
little
little more
bit
gay.
more gay.
I want it to just be enough to make Freddie Smith and Christopher Sean uncomfortable.
Well, and seriously, though, 1 kiss every 6 months for the gays,
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Either incorporate more gays or have them be a
we're
couple.
lucky to have them
Right,
back.
that we get to see
Yeah.
actually be affectionate with each other.
I just think that their world needs to be created a little bit more because they don't go to any gay bars, they don't go to any gay clubs, they don't have any other gay friends.
Black Superwoman said Paul is so John's son, boring passed on to him.
So awful.
Black Superwoman, hashtag shade.
That's right.
So there was that, and then there's Claire, Sierra, Theo, and Valerie. How do y'all feel about this storyline?
I'm invested. I love it.
There's a lot going on with this storyline because
It's deep. It's layered.
Yeah.
there's the tiff between Theo and Valerie, which Valerie kind of shut that down.
Yeah.
When she discovered the bug, which was not placed properly at all, like it's just stuck to the back of the phone.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised she didn't find that earlier, unless it was just in her person and
And
it
it
just
got. That's
attached.
what I
See, that's
thought.
what I
yeah.
thought too. Yeah.
And then how she went to Theo and was just like, "Let's talk."
She was like, "Let's talk. Meet me at
that
the pub."
was I
It
was
was so
pretty
good. I was
badass.
nervous for
Sorry.
him. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god."
Well, but I also like, you know, I love how Kyler Pettis plays Theo.
He's so good.
much. The fact that she was like, "Let's talk," and he was just like, "You're a liar, like you lie." Like he's so blunt and so matter of fact, and I love that so much. My little wish list is to have Kyler in here.
Yeah.
He's on my little.
Why
wish list.
hasn't he been here?
I don't know. Well, we all know,
But we need to.
it has nothing to do with Kyler.
We need
but-
to start tweeting him.
We'll
more.
make that happen. So there's that, and then the whole thing with Sierra, Theo, and Claire.
Right.
That adds that other layer. So because
Claire is Meshuggah.
Claire,
to say the least.
Claire is a Lonnie,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
She's more shallow than Lonnie, though.
Yeah, but
She's
but
like,
she
I
mentioned
love,
it this week.
like, I love a mirror, and I love.
She's
so,
like, I love my
yeah.
selfies.
Yeah.
She was like, I am the definition of a millennial.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah,
I love that
they
did
finally
that.
addressed it. I agree. I love that too.
And I love that she had the flashback of when Theo was talking about the cookies, and she was like, I gotta make sure I keep those two apart. I
She
was
is
like,
so
oh.
rude to Sierra, though.
But Sierra's kind of like doesn't want anything to do with her either.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just think that Claire's like, get out of here.
Well, yeah, because she now recognizes that Sierra's a threat.
Yeah.
She's trying to take her man.
Or mans.
Just wait till Maxine's son come in.
The next one, are we still on?
Yeah.
Next one, I could have done without.
I thought it was a little ridiculous that it's
They don't know who we're talking about.
Oh, Eduardo and Kate.
Thank you, Mark J. Freeman.
I thought,
Mark J. Freeman.
We're looking at the notes.
yeah. Okay, so
Eduardo and Kate. We're not talking about Eduardo and Kate.
here's the thing. I thought it was a little ridiculous that we see them finally coming together as a couple, and I like it. I'm down for it. I'm here for it. But then it's this whole thing of like, but I have to do this thing for Andre and find out what you're doing. And even in that last scene where she was like, I just have to go, you know, someone called, blah, blah, she knew what she did. And it's this whole like resistance moment. And then he discovers what she did. And it's like, who else would have taken the microchips besides you? And FYI, that's okay. I had this moment of like, why is your office so close to Club TBD? Because he owns it.
TBD, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah,
Which is
she was in the back. Yeah,
which
she
is-
wasn't in the bathroom. She was in the office.
Which is
selling
also
microchips.
Marlena's office.
Now, can we-
Kayla's office, Jen's
Jennifer's
office.
office.
Yeah.
Can
Daniel's
somebody,
office.
and this can be somebody in the chat room if you guys don't know, but somebody go over the microchip and the purpose and the. Because I kind of drift every
It
time.
has
they-
Yeah.
files that can take down Demera.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure we're going to see
So
some
do
sort
Demaras
of...
keep files that can bring them down on microchips? Like I'm just saying, I wouldn't.
Maybe
I
that's-
wouldn't
that they
file
had, that they
save.
that
Maybe
they
that's why
had
Stephanie-
to.
in
I'd
Europe.
file delete.
The files are so important they have to keep them in
Right.
handbags that are being.
Right. I don't know.
Ugh.
It is what it is.
And then what we're gonna, I'm sure we're going to see Gabby confront Dario about the fake handbag from weeks ago. Like, and
She
at that
doesn't-
point, who cares?
Well, no, she doesn't care. She got
Well,
a real
because
one.
I think what's going to happen is somehow, like, Chad's going to get involved with this, and
Yeah.
then she's going to realize, oh, I have this information, I can help Chad. And maybe she doesn't tell Chad, you know, and then that creates a rift, even more of a rift between them, and then she goes to Dario. I'm working it out here.
You're just
Doing my
you did a
writing
nice
work.
job, Mark.
Doing my writing work here at AfterBuzz.
I'm impressed.
See, multitasking.
Yeah.
For 2017 is about
We'll see your name in the
multitasking.
credits any day
That's right.
now.
That's right.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and I think that has been the week of days.
Been the
Wow.
week, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew,
Right?
We made it.
There's a lot.
That's
There's
actually
there's a
been
lot.
I know,
this week
right?
and the 2 other weeks because we've
Yeah,
been
we
gone for
kinda-
a while, so we got everything caught up.
Yep. All right, so now it's time to go into our favorite part of the show, which is our segments, and we'll start with mine, which is Tony's official 3
You go,
Snaps
girl.
Award. All right, so my official 3 Snaps Award goes to Vanessa Williams, who plays Valerie. When she found that microchip and she's figured out who placed it, and she said, Theo, I know you did this, and I know you're listening. Meet me at the pub so we can talk. I was like, yes, bitch, yes, yes.
That was everything.
I was
was
like,
everything.
and even when she got to the pub and she was like, let's talk. And that last scene where she was like taking off her jacket and getting comfortable, I was like, yes. And then even the scene when they talked and then Theo asked if she was gonna tell Abe, and Abe walked in and she didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, you are playing this cool, honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
Another thing we
Yeah.
actually didn't talk about, which I liked, was her with Jennifer and them talking about
The past.
her past
That
and
she
her
dated
relationship with her cousin.
Her cousin, and
Yeah.
it wasn't basically an acceptable relationship.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Yes. And I love Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
I've seen her like dating back to the Cosby Show.
Right.
When she played the actress and she was like, in the flame of night, so be it. Yeah, I remember that. So my 3 Snaps Award goes to Miss Vanessa Williams, who plays Valerie. Wait,
Yeah.
I did that wrong.
No, you did it right, Valerie.
No.
And that's
Williams.
Tony's official.
Oh yeah, thank you. See, my lines. And that has been Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Now.
Oh, and now it's time for
Okay, so this week, my official, not my official, but Matthew's choice really goes to Jade and Joey for their individual crying performances.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that, but I had fun with Snapchat. So that's it for like Matthew's choice. I had fun with Snapchat, and I made this. I was having so much
Hold on.
fun.
I
Can you
barely
see? Here, I
hold
can
on.
pull it up on
I'm
my
getting
computer.
up. I'm gonna
Are you
go
gonna get
over
up?
it. I'm gonna go.
Goodness, lady, you are blind.
Top row, we have Abby and Chad.
That's funny.
Then we have Kate and Eduardo, Valerie and Theo
gonna
and
stand.
Nicole
Stretch my
and
legs.
Brady. I don't know why I had my phone out and it was on the it was on that particular filter and I was like, oh, and I
See, that could be your. This should be your new 2017 segment. Can be Matthew Snapchat, and every week you do something new with
different.
Snapchat for a
They
decent person.
look crazy.
Right now, there's a black swan, like makeup.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Snapchat. So
where-
it'd be really funny to watch, like all the actors wearing them. I think
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I
I
love
say
it.
that's it. That's it.
I love
That's
it.
it.
Well, Billy's never looked so good.
Stop.
They,
really see his
they
eyes
look
in this
like
one.
they look like drawings or like a
Wow.
toy that you would have gotten at Burger King as a kid, like with the Happy Meal.
Totally.
my gosh.
Totally.
Anyway, I just was having a
I
little
love
fun
it.
this week.
Love it. And that has been.
Now, hold on.
Just sing it for us, Tony. Go ahead.
Matthew's choice.
Oh no.
I think she cut your
No.
mic.
Dear God.
No.
Did you cut his mic?
I had to bring it down because he was.
You have to bring it up. It's Matthew's choice.
Very nice,
Very
Tony.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. They don't call me Beyonce for
I
nothing.
mean, did
Matthew's
it better than Mariah
choice.
Carey on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Ooh.
mm,
Ooh. Alexis.
She
What?
went there.
I'm sorry.
bless her heart.
Ooh.
So now back to days. It's now time for Mark Quote of the Week.
All right. My first quote of the week for 2017, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited. This is a first-time winner. Mostly,
Is it me?
it's Matthew.
Pain.
Is a first-time recipient, and I think this is a first for quote of the week. It is that character's first line on Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you heard it here. Baby Thomas is getting quote of the week for da 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 da.
You have problems. You have issues.
First of all,
First of all, I don't.
Chad has taste in people who are insane.
Oh, I love Gina
that
already.
makes sense. That makes sense. It's so
And
funny.
Abigail and you crazy.
It's so funny because
I love how I went for real life.
when Thomas said "dad," I was like, "This is what Mark calls Billy all the time."
Daddy.
Daddy,
Daddy.
daddy,
Daddy.
daddy.
A little different.
I wonder
Little
if when Gina married Billy, she was like, we need to upgrade the security
Security.
system.
Oh, they completely did. They
Girl.
completely did. Well, I told you what I sent him when they were getting married. I sent him a picture of Lorraine, and I said, if you see this shrieking down the aisle, yelling, stop wedding, it's not me.
Until they were pronounced husband and wife.
Yeah, it was
She
touch and
had
go.
no
It was-
idea,
She was
yeah.
like, oh, let's get through this, let's get through this, let's get through this.
Oh my god.
She was like, I do.
right, let's get to it quick.
Right. So, Baby Thomas gets quote of the week.
And that has been Mark's Quote of the Week. And now it's time for Fan of the Week.
All right, so fan of the week this week is going to go to, we have a new review
Yay!
on iTunes and
Yay.
5 more stars.
Yay!
This is going out to, it's Miss Meredith Cox. She's in the chat room.
Oh, hi,
Hi, Meredith.
Meredith, you're getting our quote of the week. The title of her review is "Love These Guys," 5 stars by Marilyn Cox, and it starts, "Girl."
I love
Which
that
is now
everyone
our
starts
signature.
With
Now it's our signature. So here's what she wrote. Edition Days is the only after show I listen to or watch. Mark, Tony, and Matthew never fail to make me smile and laugh. Their commentary is always entertaining and on point. Edition Days is the best way to end and begin a new week. If you love Days, these guys have you covered. I'm a newer fan of Edition Days,
Yay.
but ever since I discovered them, I tune in every Sunday. Love them.
Oh, Meredith, thank you.
Thank you so much, Meredith.
Thank you
Thank
very
I love
much.
that.
you.
That's
Means
well
a lot to
deserved.
It was
us.
a great review.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
And that has been Fan of the Week.
Yes.
And now it's time for...
We don't have one for that.
Nope. And now it's time for some news and gossip.
Mark, you're a mess.
What?
Your fiance
Brody.
called me a mess.
So the only news that we have, which has already started on the East Coast, is tonight you can see Kate
yeah.
Mancy and used to play Abigail Devereaux, and Patrick Muldoon, who used to play
My
Austin.
husband, right.
Yeah,
Austin, right.
They're in a Lifetime movie called The Boyfriend Killer, which premiered tonight at 8 p.m. So if you're on the East Coast, you're 20 minutes late. If you're on the West Coast,
You're right ahead of
you're
schedule.
Right on time.
Yeah.
It's on what channel?
Lifetime.
Lifetime.
I'll message
Yeah.
my husband to record it.
So,
I'll get home in time. I'll get in home in time.
So make sure you guys check them out. And it looks. I saw the trailer, and I mean, Kate Mancy just picked up where she left off on Days. She
I
a little cray cray.
I
Left the
love
sanitarium.
her
She's a little
crazy. I
cray-cray.
love Kate as crazy.
She's a little cray cray. So congratulations to Kate and Patrick. And
Don't you love me as crazy?
No. And make sure you check
Always,
out
Mark.
Thank
The
you. I
Boyfriend
couldn't
Killer
even speak.
on Lifetime. Go ahead, Alexis.
No, I said always, Mark.
Oh, always Mark. Oh boy. All right, and that has been your week of days.
Misty Robbins said it's the first AfterBuzz show that she's ever, or the first one she's ever watched as
Welcome.
well.
Well,
Misty.
welcome,
Hi,
Misty.
Misty.
I don't think today is the first. I'm saying she's saying this is the
Ours.
first one that this is the first AfterBuzz show that she's ever watched.
Oh, well, thank you.
She probably watches others now, but
Yeah.
Lisa Mims said, "Sing for us, you guys. Love it."
Matthew's choice.
I think Alexis already knew to turn you down.
Yeah. you gotta go take it up. You gotta take it up.
I did that.
Choice.
I did that.
No.
Yeah, it sounded
I
just
did
like
it
that, Mark.
Exactly
No,
like
not
that.
at all.
Where can the people find you?
Yeah, Mark, tell them where they can find you
You
and
can
your
find
hair.
me in a sanitarium in a town near you.
Truer words have never been spoken on this panel.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE.
And you can find me, your co-host Matthew Evan Paine, on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms
Go ahead.
and on what?
I forgot. I wanted to give a shout out to Queen Sickle. He was joining live for the first time in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
And I wrote it down and I forgot. I wanted to
Queen
give him a
Sickle.
shout out.
From the top, Tony, go
From the
for it.
I'm trying to use this for my reel.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
And of course,
And I'm
you
going to
guys-
not talk over you.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
Hi, Mom!
Good night, everyone.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday for another round of Dish and Days right here on AfterBuzz TV.
I think I'm going to stand every week now.
From
2017.
How would-
Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.